In this video, we're going to look at bull riding records that may never be broken ever. Who has the highest scored ride, who earned the most money riding bulls, and which bull has the longest run of not being ridden by anyone. That is just some of the records. In this video, they will keep coming. Make sure to watch till the end to discover them all. Bull riding isn't just a sport. It's a reckless, high-stakes dance between man and beast where pain is a given and glory is rare. Some records in this dangerous game push the limits of what seems humanly possible, and honestly, they might just stay that way forever. Riders break bones, bulls rewrite the rules, and every once in a while, someone does something so outrageous that it leaves even the most seasoned cowboys shaking their heads. Let's take a look at 15 bull riding records so insane they may never be broken. Before we start, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below which record you think will never be broken. Now, let's start. The highest scored ride ever. A man, a beast, and the kind of perfect chaos that earns almost a perfect score. In 2021, José Victor Leme strapped himself into the raging machine known as Whoopa and delivered an almost mythological performance, scoring an unreal 98.75 points. That wasn't just a record, it was a mic drop. The bull, the rider, the moment, it was all aligned in a way that made everyone watching feel like they were witnessing something impossible. Oh, and just to flex, Leme had already set the previous record of 97.75 on the same bull earlier that year. You think someone's gonna top that? Keep dreaming. Leme's ride was a masterclass in control, balance, and pure grit. Whoopa, known for his explosive energy and unpredictable bucking style, threw everything he had at the Brazilian cowboy, but nothing worked. Every kick, twist, and turn was met with an answer, as if Leme had already calculated the bull's every move before it even happened. It was an eerie level of mastery, something rarely seen in the sport. Whoopa was a beast capable of dislodging the toughest riders, but in that moment, he might as well have been dancing to Leme's rhythm. The sheer precision of the ride made it legendary, and unless bull riding suddenly evolves into something entirely new, that score is likely staying at the top for a long time. The bull that sent 42 riders a-packing. Bushwhacker is a bull that played by his own rules that made professional riders look like amateurs. This four-legged nightmare bucked off 42 riders in a row between 2009 and 2013, making him the ultimate gatekeeper of humiliation. He wasn't just good, he was downright unfair. The streak only ended when JB Mooney, one of the best to ever do it, finally figured out how to hang on. But let's be real, another bull coming along and making 42 professional athletes look like rodeo clowns for years on end? Not likely. Bushwhacker wasn't just strong, he was impossibly agile for a bull of his size. His moves were unpredictable, sharp, and completely devastating for anyone who dared to ride him. Many bulls have short bursts of dominance, but keeping an unbeatable streak across multiple seasons is unheard of. His legacy lives on as one of the most feared animals in PBR history, and any bull trying to surpass his record has an almost impossible task ahead of them. Even with all the advances in training and technique, it's hard to imagine another bull ever reaching that level of sheer dominance. Most 90-point rides in a single season. Bull riding careers are short, brutal, and unpredictable, but for one season, José Victor Leme made it look like he had hacked the sport. In that same ridiculous 2021 season, he racked up 24 rides that scored 90 points or more. For context, the previous record was 16, set by Cody Hart back in 1999. Leme didn't just break the record, he obliterated it. It's one thing to have a couple of great rides, but to keep delivering top-tier performances over and over again in a sport where injuries are basically a requirement? That's legendary. Every single one of those 24 rides was its own masterpiece. Leme didn't just hold on, he controlled the ride in a way that made even veteran riders shake their heads in disbelief. Each bull he faced had a different style, a different rhythm, but it never seemed to matter. Some riders hit their peak for a few months, maybe a season, but what Leme did? It was dominance on another level. It's a record that might never be touched unless someone is willing to put their body through an entire year of high-risk perfection. Camel City Mills lightweight work socks, proudly made in the USA, so you can stay cool, dry, and comfortable all day without the bulk. Made with breathable, moisture-wicking merino wool, these socks keep sweat away and prevent blisters, so you can power through long shifts, tough jobs, or everyday adventures with ease. Backed by a 10-year durability guarantee and loved by thousands of satisfied customers, so you can trust they'll outlast and outperform your old socks. Grab yours now and save! Use my link or discount code BuckandBulls10 at checkout for an exclusive deal. Your feet will thank you. The bull that scored almost perfect. It takes a truly special bull to break records, and Man-Hater was that kind of special. When he went bucking wild and earned a historic 49.5 bull score, it was the kind of performance that left everyone in awe. There are great bulls, there are champion bulls, and then there are bulls that make even the best riders wish they picked a different career. With a score that close to perfect, it's hard to imagine a bull out there capable of topping this one. What made Man-Hater such a nightmare? It wasn't just the raw power, it was the combination of speed, unpredictability, and complete disregard for the rules of physics. He wasn't just strong, he was intelligent. Bulls like him don't come around often, and when they do, they leave a trail of destruction in their wake. Any bull looking to beat his record has to be near mythical, and let's be honest, that doesn't happen every day. The bulls that just kept winning. Bushwhacker and Little Yellow Jacket were more than just bulls, they were dynasties. Both of them managed to claim PBR World Champion Bull title 3 times. Little Yellow Jacket did it back to back in 2002, 2003, and 2004, while Bushwhacker took the crown in 2011, 2013, and 2014. Winning once is hard. Winning 3 times is next to impossible. With the level of competition rising, the idea of another bull dominating for multiple years like these two? Not impossible, but very, very unlikely. Each of their reigns was defined by dominance over the best riders in the world. They weren't just strong, they were strategic. They knew how to buck in ways that made it nearly impossible for riders to hang on. A new champion emerges every year, but seeing another bull consistently stay at the top for years? That's a rarity that might never be repeated. The highest scored ride before Leme took over. Before Jose Vitor Leme came in and rewrote the rules, the highest scored ride was locked at 96.5 points, and get this, it happened 4 separate times. Bubba Dunn on Promised Land in 1999, Chris Shivers on Jim Jam in 2000, and on Dillinger in 2001, Michael Gaffney on Little Yellow Jacket in 2004. These guys were legends, and for years, that record seemed like the gold standard. But then came Leme and, well, you know the rest. If history tells us anything, it's that records are made to be broken, but when they're shattered this badly, you have to wonder if we've hit the limit. Most money earned by a bull rider. J.B. Mooney didn't just break records, he completely reshaped the financial game of bull riding. Over the years, he raked in more than $7,400,000, turning what was once a sport of grit and glory into a serious money-making venture. His success wasn't just about talent, it was about knowing how to ride both bulls and the system. In an era where sponsorship deals and endorsements defined careers, Mooney was the king of them all. He picked the right bulls, made strategic career moves, and knew exactly how to make every ride count. It wasn't luck, it was an unrelenting drive to win, paired with an understanding of what it takes to be a brand, not just a cowboy. Other riders may dream of surpassing his earnings, but without the same level of determination, longevity, and business savvy, they're just chasing shadows. Some records get broken. This one, the odds are stacked against it. Longest unridden streak by a bull. If there was ever a bull that had zero respect for riders, it was Bushwhacker. For years, this beast sent cowboy after cowboy flying, racking up an almost ridiculous streak of 42 straight buck-offs. It wasn't just about strength, it was intelligence, timing, and a mean streak a mile long. Some riders train their whole careers just to last a few seconds on his back, only to end up face first in the dirt. Bushwhacker played a game no one could win. He was a bull that understood the split-second weaknesses of his riders, exploiting every twitch, every hesitation. He didn't just buck riders off, he destroyed their confidence, their records, and in many cases, their careers. No other bull has even come close to his level of dominance, and with the way breeding programs work, it's unlikely another one ever will. Bull riding will see great bulls, but one like Bushwhacker, that was a once-in-a-lifetime storm of power and precision. Most consecutive 8-second rides. Staying on a bull for 8 seconds is hard enough. Doing it multiple times in a row? That's legendary. While the exact number isn't nailed down, the riders who have managed to stack up consecutive 8-second rides are operating on an entirely different level of skill and sheer stubbornness. It's not just about balance, it's about surviving wave after wave of one-ton fury trying to shake you loose. Every bull has a different rhythm, a different style of bucking, and a different level of power. No two rides are ever the same. To string together ride after ride means a rider must adjust, adapt, and react without hesitation. Riders might train for this their entire careers and never come close. The physical toll alone makes it nearly impossible to sustain such a streak. Who could push past the best of the best and set a new high? The reality is, few riders even make it far enough in their careers to attempt it. Highest scored ride at the National Finals Rodeo NFR. Cody Hancock didn't just win at the NFR in 2001, he made history. His 96-point ride on Mr. USA remains one of the most explosive, high-energy moments ever seen in bull riding. The score wasn't just a number, it was a statement. Few have ever come close to matching it, and with the way bull riding has evolved, it's hard to imagine anyone reaching or surpassing it anytime soon. To score that high, everything has to be perfect. The bull, the rider, the timing, and the sheer level of risk taken in those 8 seconds. One misstep, one lost opportunity to showcase control and skill, and the score plummets. The level of consistency and power Hancock displayed that night is something that hasn't been replicated since. The sport moves forward, bulls get stronger, and riders train harder. But something about that moment was pure magic. It was the kind of ride that happens once in a lifetime. Most bull riding average titles at the NFR. Winning 1 title at the NFR is tough. Winning 3? That's downright unreal. Denny Flynn set the bar with his 3 titles in 1975, 1981, and 1982, and Jim Sharp later joined him at the top. The fact that no one has managed to exceed this record speaks volumes. The sport has only gotten tougher, with bulls becoming more unpredictable and the competition fiercer than ever. To imagine a rider coming in and dominating that consistently across multiple years? Let's just say it's not looking likely. The grueling nature of bull riding makes it nearly impossible to maintain peak performance over multiple NFRs. One injury, one bad draw, and an entire season can be derailed. Flynn and Sharp didn't just win, they conquered a field of competitors in the most unforgiving sport out there. Their records have stood the test of time, and looking at the current landscape of bull riding, they might stand forever. First Canadian to win PRCA Bull Riding World Championship. Breaking into the big leagues of bull riding is hard enough, but being the first Canadian to take the PRCA World Championship, that's a whole different level of achievement. Cody Snyder did exactly that in 1983, proving that the sport isn't just an American game. He cracked through the ranks and left an impact that hasn't been forgotten. The list of Canadian champions since then isn't exactly long, proving just how rare and difficult this feat really was. The mental toughness required to take on the best riders in the world and come out on top is beyond most people's imagination. Snyder didn't just win, he shattered expectations, changed perceptions, and opened doors for future Canadian riders. The thing is, very few have managed to follow in his footsteps. The American dominance in bull riding remains strong, and while another Canadian champion is always possible, being the first, that title belongs to Snyder forever. Most 90-point rides in PBR history. Chris Shivers didn't just ride bulls, he turned it into an art form, racking up an eye-watering 94 rides that hit the coveted 90-point mark. That's not luck, that's pure, calculated dominance. Every time he climbed on, it was like he had to deal with gravity itself, defying it just long enough to leave the judges no choice but to give him top marks. The man didn't just raise the bar, he threw it into the stratosphere. Anyone chasing his record is basically trying to outshine a legend who made 90-point rides look like a daily routine. Highest scored ride on a specific bull. Michael Gaffney's 96.5-point ride on Little Yellow Jacket back in 2004 wasn't just a high score, it was a statement. Little Yellow Jacket wasn't some run-of-the-mill bull, he was a 4-legged hurricane with horns. Riders didn't conquer him, they survived him. But Gaffney, he took that beast head-on and turned what should have been a thrashing into a near-perfect dance of chaos and control. When he stuck that ride, it wasn't just a score on the board, it was a moment where the impossible suddenly looked easy. Good luck to anyone thinking they can just waltz in and do better. Most consecutive NFR qualifications. Cody Snyder didn't just qualify for the Canadian Finals Rodeo, he made it a habit. From 1982 straight through to 1989, and then again in 1991, he kept punching his ticket like clockwork. That level of consistency isn't normal, it's superhuman. Most riders are lucky if they can string together a couple of good seasons, but Snyder, he made it look like he had a permanent reservation. It's the kind of record that proves a rider isn't just talented, but relentless. He didn't just show up, he made sure no one forgot his name. Will any of these records ever be broken, or has bull riding peaked with them? Are we witnessing a golden age long gone? Tell us what you think, and remember to like and subscribe for more.